yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, again, as somebody, I didn't grow up. I've always played golf. I didn't grow up on a golf team. None of that. So, homemade swing, taught myself, went through all the battles. What makes it for me is breaking 80 for the first time. That's got to make the cut because not a lot. I mean, it's like 1% of golfers ever do it. And that feeling when you finally do it, homemade swing, tailor-made swing, doesn't matter. You break 80, that signifies something. So for me, mentally, you've crossed the threshold. You got to make the cut when you break 80.
Over a hole-in-one.
Hold on. Yes, I'm telling you, that is something. Because, again, you can play your entire life and not be close to a hole-in-one.
Yeah.
You play long enough, you play consistent enough, you, in your mind, that is the threshold. That is a goal. I got to break 80.
It's got immunity.
Can I have a 7 in front of it?
So breaking 80 makes the cut. Have you broken 80 before?
Yes.
Oh, dang.
Yes.
Okay. How many times? Do you remember the first time you broke 80?
I do. I remember the first time I broke it. It was at the Cowboys Country Club in Dallas, at Grapevine, actually. And so, I shot a 79. I don't have a lot. I've got probably 2 handfuls of doing it, but the lowest I've ever shot is a 76.
So we talked
Seems
with
like golf royalty right now.
a college golfer, Cade Chumson, who here in the airwaves before, and he said that was one that struck for him too.
Yeah.
So like me, you both, Todd and former college golfer Cade, are better golfers than me and Theo, and Cade said 80's the number. Like breaking 75 for the first time, that's good, but it's not the same feeling as breaking 80. Or breaking par is good, but breaking 80 means a lot.
It is. I mean, you've crossed over to signifying I can actually play this game.
Yeah.
No matter how my swing is, no matter what I do, if I'm in trouble, I'm not. There's a 7 in front of this. I'm only so much shots off of par. It's a mental thing. You got to break 80. That's why it makes the cut.
I think that's a greater achievement than finishing a marathon. I'll say it.
Yeah.
I know you do.
I do.
He hates marathon runners.
I don't know. I've done both.
Oh, my God. What have you not done?
I've
You
done,
can find out he has an NBA championship as well.
Todd put a lot more work
Yeah.
on the golf course, on the practice green, at a driving range
Yeah.
to break 80 than it was for the marathon he ran.
That is fair. I spent decades trying to break 80. I spent 20 weeks to prepare and run a marathon.
Simple.
We did it. Okay, so clearly breaking 80 is the number one accomplishment. What's left is a hole-in-one, an Albatross, and a tournament victory, an individual tournament victory. Who misses the cut? Which one of these do we feel like is probably the lowest hanging fruit? To me, I think a tournament win.
Ooh, keep going. I want to hear what CCAT has.
I think it'll be a tournament
Todd,
win.
you led this off by saying it's easy, and I still don't know where you're sitting here. I don't have a weakest link on these 3 options.
So the way that I approach this is the majority of people that play golf in this entire world, right, are everyday people.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, again, there's 123 million people that played golf in this country last year, right? In some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Right? So again, that's 33% of the country, 35% of the country,
piece of that pie.
whatever percentages you want to use. The majority of them are never going to have an opportunity to play in a tournament, club championship, a tournament, unless you get to this mythical thing of I can shoot par, I'm a scratch golfer, I'm on a golf team, whatever it is, and you got to be really, really good to do that. You can do these other things that are on this list. You don't necessarily have to be good. You just have to be able to swing the club, and the ball has to go in the direction that you need it to go. For those 2 other things that are on this list, that to me was, I approached it from, if I'm an everyday golfer, which I am. All right, I've played in scrambles. I've never played in a solo man tournament, right? So when I approached it, never had a hole-in-one, right? And again, I've been playing since I can remember. I'm 5, 6 years old.
Yeah.
Never been close, right? I mean, a foot, right?
Right.
Which is, you're still a foot.
That's tough. Yeah.
Right? And however many rounds of golf, wherever you played. So to me, the next one in line that would cross is a hole-in-one.
That'll be the second best thing here.
Yeah. You got to make, so if you get a hole-in-one, and then by the way, I know a lot of people who have multiple holes-in-ones, which I can't believe it. I ask them, can I hold one?
Yeah. Come on.
Can I get one?
One time.
I mean, in lieu of money, let me hold your hole-in-one, right?
Yes.
Like, give that to me. So I think if you get a hole-in-one, you don't have to be a great golfer. I will tell you this. Gentleman inside the PGA Tour helps us on all of our events in regards from an operational standpoint. Has a hole-in-one, never played golf since. has a hole when it was not good. He told me, he's
Yeah.
like, I think I shot 117,
Yeah.
but he has a hole in one. It's hanging up. He's got it.
That's raps.
Doesn't play golf. Doesn't
Yeah.
want to, doesn't care to. But here's the thing. He's got a hole in one on the island green at Sawgrass.
Oh my gosh.
Think about that. That's why it makes the cut.
That's crazy.
You could be at your
That's
local
crazy.
muni lot. You could be at your local muni lot. Doesn't matter. 120, 110, 80, 150, 186. I
Crazy.
pulled my club. I swung my club. It went in that hole for life. Put that on my grave.
You're stamped.
Yeah.
So my argument, I'm with you
man.
here with the hole-in-one versus the Albatross, because the Albatross is less common. It's
Correct.
harder to do. You don't see them very often
Yeah.
in any level of golf.
No.
Versus hole-in-ones, you kind of get one somewhere competitively every weekend on TV. And then obviously, like you said, at your local media lot, they happen.
Yeah.
I want to see the ball in the hole. I think on a lot of Albatrosses, if you make a 2 on a par 5, it's because you pulled out your 3-wood or you went driver off the deck and you pound it and you never actually saw the ball go in the hole. You lost the ball.
I see where you're going.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And then you got up there and realized it late.
So that's why I think that the hole-in-one is safe, because you don't have that moment of seeing the ball get close to the hole and disappear.
Right.
You just lose the ball.
Or
You're
that
like, "Wait a
moment
second."
of did it.
Yeah.
And oh man, let's run up there and take a look. Because there's a lot of times you see it tracking, and it may go because of the contours or whatever it is. It goes into the shadow, whatnot. You think it is,
Yeah.
and you're asking. So for 150 yards, you're sprinting in a whatever it is. You're walking in a golf cart, talking to somebody else. You see it in the cup.
Yeah.
And if you're fortunate enough to watch it fly all the way off your club, roll in, I agree with you, C-Cat. That's why it's safe.
I think hole-in-one is safe. Breaking 80 is safe. It's down to Albatross and a tournament win.
Because I think with an Albatross, you got to be a certain level of good to have a chance to.
Here's
That
what I'll
means
say.
your drive puts you in range, and you still got to be able to hit that club off the deck. You can't luck into an Albatross as much as you can a hole-in-one.
Here's what I'll say. Between an Albatross and a tournament win, if somebody walked into this station right now and told me, one time I hit an Albatross, first of all, I'll say, what the hell is that? And then when they explain it to me, I say, okay, well, that's great. That's amazing. That's cool. I would be impressed, but, it sounds like more of a stroke of luck thing. If somebody tells me I won an individual tournament at insert thing here,
Yep.
I'm going to think that person is an elevated level of golfer. They have a trophy. They have prize money. They have bragging rights at a club because of how well they played golf over 18 holes. I think it's a bigger accomplishment to win an individual tournament.
I think you're right. I think you may have just unlocked the code here for where we're going to get to. There's consistency in winning a tournament.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, again, whether
Or you
it's
can just
in
play a bunch of bad people.
1 day, 2 days, 4 days, you had to be the most consistent and best player over that period of time. Whereas as an Albatross, could get lucky, or it's one shot.
Yeah.
It's not the consistency throughout the entire 18 holes or 2 days worth of golf.
Plus, you're going to have to explain that to more people. I'm just honestly, you're going to have to explain it to more people. Like, you can't be at the, like you meet a girl off of a dating app, you go on your first date, y'all are chopping it up. What's one fun thing about you? What's an interesting thing? Oh, one time I got an Albatross.
She's getting up.
Yeah, she's like,
She's going to get up and
yeah,
leave.
yeah.
She's going to like, this
Guy's
guy
been to
scares
jail.
me.
But a hole-in-one, that resonates with
Self-explanatory.
everybody.
Everybody knows
Yeah.
what that means. Self-explanatory, as you said.
Yeah.
So I think we
That's
just
it.
determined it.
That's
All
it.
right.
Club
Sorry.
championship, winning the tournament, makes the cut. Sorry, Albatross. Nice bird. See you later.
Albatross. It was fun.
This is not good.